Hello, Nikhil.
Hello, Emmanuel.
Hi, nice to meet you. Then, welcome to the podcast, The RevOps Pooper, and thank you to be here today.
Thank you.
Super happy to have you. So, Nikhil, I think, no, I'm pretty sure that you are the marketing automations king. Let's say that. So,
Mhm.
we're gonna talk about like what is marketing automation for RevOps today, and maybe we'll let you introduce yourself. Who are you? Where do you live, etc.
Sure thing. Yep. So, leading from what you started, I'm a marketing automation lead for my company FCT, which is short for First Canadian Title Company. We sell title insurance and real estate software solutions for real estate lawyers and lenders. And about my role here, I am basically sort of a permanent HubSpot admin for the company, and I handle everything from the CRM database management, analytics and reporting to any big or small setups, forms, workflows, or integrations that are required from time to time in the sales or marketing hubs. Um, I think a quick example of what I'm doing currently, without going into too much detail, is the HubSpot and Salesforce integration. You know,
Okay.
although it seems pretty straightforward because there's an option to do it. There's a integration already available there, but depending on how clean your CRM is and depending on what logics, conditions, or filters you need for the sync, it can get very challenging, and
Yeah.
we're seeing that now.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, and yeah. Before getting into a HubSpot side of things and marketing automation, I've been a data analyst for the last 6 to 8 years, and yeah, worked out and out with data all my career up until now. And I think that was also one of the reasons to get into like the tech or automation side of marketing, which involves a lot of data and working with data. So, yep.
Okay, so you're from data and you went to marketing automation, but you're actually the CRM admin kind of as well. So, it's not only marketing automation, I guess. It's more about like all the processes and the data into the CRM. Is it?
100%. Absolutely. Yeah. So, not just marketing automation, but also the reporting side of things, the data governance issues, anything with the lists, the CRM, pulling business data from the SQL servers,
Mhm.
and like basically the works, everything that you could do that relates to data.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And I'd like maybe we will talk about it like the Salesforce and HubSpot integration. Maybe we'll talk about it a bit later because I
Mhm.
find it really impressive to connect or integrate two systems.
Yep.
And I totally agree with you. You have integrations like natives integration, etc., that exists, but you really want to do it like more custom for your new company.
Absolutely. Yep.
All
Yep.
right. Maybe first, can you just describe what is RevOps for you? What does mean RevOps for you?
Sure thing. Uh, I I think I would love to answer this with an analogy of sorts.
Okay.
So let's say there are three kids. The names of the kids are sales, marketing, and customer service. Now, these kids are asked to operate a lemonade stand and make good revenue out of it.
Okay.
But these kids are so misaligned with each other, and they just can't work together and keep fighting with each other, right? Now, they have this aunt. Her name is RevOps. The aunt brings some tools, techniques, and skills with her, which she gathered by her experience of working at an elementary school. So she steps in, she uses her tools, techniques, and skills to get these three kids to work together in sync towards their single goal of successfully running the lemonade stand and generating some good revenue.
Mhm.
Now, that's how and where I see RevOps for me in the simplest of the ways. It's that one identity of the business that brings the revenue stakeholders, like namely sales, marketing, customer success, together. And by using their skills, experience, and tools, RevOps can get that alignment towards that single goal of earning revenue.
Okay, I love this analogy. It's a good way to explain to your grandma what is RevOps. Imagine you have three kids, they're fighting. And yeah, okay, that's cool. Thank you for that. And as you are like the master king of marketing automation, what is the relationship between marketing automation and RevOps? How do they work together?
Yeah, I think marketing automation does play an important role, like a very key role in RevOps. I think it does it by streamlining and automating the marketing processes first, which I think has a huge part to play in the very first touch points that a prospective customer would have with the company,
Mhm.
right? I think with marketing automation, you nurture leads, you score them based on their interactions that they've had with your company and the company's assets on the web. And marketing automation is the one that passes those qualified leads seamlessly to sales.
Mhm.
I think they do all that while also maintaining the tech side of things, like managing the CRM database, the workflows, the automation of forms,
Yeah.
analytics, and so much more.
Yeah.
So I think all of these things definitely enhance the overall operational efficiency, if you may, and I think it ensures like a cohesive approach across the entire revenue cycle. So I think
Yeah.
that's where marketing automation kind of fits in within the whole process of RevOps.
Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. Like, I think it's one of, the pillar of RevOps, not the only one, of course. And when we're talking about marketing automation, sometimes it's more about, marketing ops, like more than
Absolutely, yes.
automation, etc. Yeah. When we're talking about marketing automation, sorry, it's more about marketing operations sometimes,
Operations, 100%.
and aligning, sales team. What do you need as a lead? What is a sales
Mhm.
qualified lead for you? And how can I help you to get it, etc. Okay, so
Absolutely.
you're
Yep.
basically working with marketing, but of course you get insights from the sales and etc. I guess.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, also in companies where they don't have a dedicated person for RevOps,
Yeah.
some key people would have to sort
Yeah.
of act in a way to get those teams aligned. And I think in our company, the marketing automation lead function kind of plays that sort of a role.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
totally agree with you. And I think that has RevOps is pretty new, not very new,
yes,
but like maybe 10
yes.
years ago, RevOps didn't really exist as a RevOps job. It has always existed, but in another, positions or way to do it.
Yep.
But right now, the companies are more and more um, looking at operations, revenue operations, etc.
Hmm.
But as you said, when you don't have a RevOps person, you're just going to grab skills from your employees wherever they are, as you are kind of the RevOps marketing operation automation guy then, I guess.
In a way, yes. Yeah, in a way, yes.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Can you just explain if there is a methodology to set up marketing automation in a RevOps mindset? How can you use meaningful marketing automation to leverage the revenue?
Definitely, yeah. So I think to set up like meaningful automations for revenue generation,
Yeah.
you can definitely follow like a structured methodology. I mean, the methodology would be different for different companies, but I mean, the basics or the principles sort of remain the same across the board. I mean, you start really with defining goals and metrics for your company first, and that is just an absolute requirement to get teams and people across. Teams and people across different teams
Yeah.
aligned with the single goal of revenue generation.
Yeah.
And I think once that is done, then is when you start like planning and like mapping out your customer journey. so that you know the touch points and the interactions that your brand or your company would have with the prospective and existing customers. I think this again is one of those principal things that will remain the same across the board, and this is one of the like one of the most important steps that you need to take, since this will help you target the automations where they matter the most or have the most impact. Um, I think now that you have these two things sorted and the planning part is done and things have been put into perspective, I think that is when we start to do the more fun stuff of automation. So yeah, I think maybe without going too much into the weeds and
Yeah,
details about it, I think I'll highlight what are the automation elements within like the revenue generation engine after the planning part is done. I think you can do customer segmentation, you could do lead scoring, it's the personalization. You get to personalize a lot of your content on your website based on your customer attributes and preferences using a CMS that is connected to your CRM, and all of that is automated really nicely. HubSpot makes it very easy for you to do that. So there's all those things that you get to do. Then there's you know automated email campaigns, automated data reporting, and of course integration. So automated flow of data from one tool to another wherever required using the integrations and APIs.
mm,
So yeah, I mean, in conclusion to this one, I think I'd say you could automate a lot of stuff, but it has to first come through a stage of planning
mhm,
and like the principles, which involves like knowing your goals and metrics and then identifying your customer journey. I think all these other fun things and the automation things will fall into place, and you'll then sort of know better what to automate and what not after that planning stage is done properly.
yeah, yeah. And talking about customer journey, I feel like sometimes we're kind of stuck with some way to see the customer journey, like the life cycle is like that and the lead stages are like that, etc. So how um what is your kind of your advice to maybe to see those elements as changing elements, as you could optimize them, you can change a lot, like change not literally all your life cycle, but
Mhm.
it's not like very stuck and fixed elements. You need really to work on life cycle, like every, I don't know, like every 3 to 6 months, maybe just asking questions to your teams, like is the marketing qualified lead is really like a real marketing qualified lead? Could we change it? Could we optimize it? So what's your advice about getting optimized all the assets of the buyer's journey?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great question. Uh, Things change very frequently in the marketing world,
Yeah.
and not just the marketing world. I mean, a company's um, changes like new products get introduced into marketing. There's new competitors. Your market share goes up and down. So all these business aspects do affect how you want to look at your customer journey,
Mm,
right? And then I think all of this also comes down to RevOps or like a marketing operations, that you have to do an audit of your process every quarter or every 6 months. And then audit of the life cycle changes is also one of the things that a RevOps person should definitely do. And you talk about lead scoring, and then when you do it, the triggers or the logics that you've put in place for your lead scoring, uh, they all change when you change the way your customer journey is.
exactly.
And it's essential, and it's very, very important to keep doing an audit. And that sort of also depends on the business. I mean, if your CRM database isn't too big, if it's a small business, and then you do not have a lot of contacts in the business and it's not that complex, you might not need to do like a very, very frequent audit of those things. But if it's a changing industry that changes like every 2 months or every 3 months, a
Yeah.
very frequent audit is a must. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I see what you mean, and I
Mhm.
quite agree. But depends of the size of the company, depends on the size of your processes, and depends as well, on the like how the market is doing right now, and also the growth of the company.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yep.
are we like in the very early stage of things, or are we like growing a lot for this
Hmm.
previous months? So we need to adapt our way to address people. We need to adapt our marketing automation processes, etc. Yeah.
Totally correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Varies a lot by the company and the business you're in. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's constant work, actually. Like every day you need to to adjust things to, yeah.
Absolutely. It it's only you know when you talk about marketing automation with someone who doesn't know about automation,
Yeah.
those people kind of think that, okay, once you automate the stuff, what are you going to do? But the thing that they don't realize is it never stops. It keeps
Exactly.
changing. You need to change it. You need to optimize it. Yes, the word is optimization.
Yeah.
That's a huge word in marketing right now. Everything that you do is optimization. You
No.
build stuff first, yes, so it's there, but optimization plays a huge role in you know getting you to that next level. Otherwise you're stuck when you the only thing the only thing you're doing is just building stuff, your growth stops. You need
Yeah.
to optimize if you want to
Yeah. You
step up the
cannot
ladder.
you
Yeah.
cannot just, let's say, launch 10 automations and let them like that for two
Right.
years without
Right.
touching them. It doesn't make sense at all. So it's a
Absolutely.
constant job. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Hmm.
maybe we'll finish about something I really like, but it's my part, like Salesforce and HubSpot integration, and
Hmm.
it could be like other systems. But so how could you explain us, like very quickly, how do you prepared this work? How do you prepare you planned the integration? Because I think it's quite a job.
Yeah, so I think we've done a lot of hit and trial with it. We've tried it in the sandboxes, and we've failed multiple times in trying to do so within the sandbox. And we realized that the way to do it is going small.
Yeah.
Uh, just at the first go, we're not going to have a two-way sync. So
Okay.
we'll start with like a one-way sync and then go very small in pilot process. And that's what we're doing right now. So we're just getting leads and then doing a one-way sync of the leads from HubSpot into Salesforce. And we do have some logics in place. And then the logics make sure that we're not bombarding the Salesforce system with too much information flowing into from HubSpot. So yeah, that's where we're at. I mean,
Like baby
uh,
steps, and yeah, and
yeah,
mapping
absolutely,
what you really need, like priorities, and what is nice to have, and etc.
exactly, exactly. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, so I guess in this case, like any integration you want to do with your CRM, and whatever the CRM is, you need to map like what do you need to to sync between the
100%.
system,
Yep,
which side you need it, and what is vital, what is essential for your team to work on, like your marketing or your sales team,
exactly,
depending on which system they are. But yeah,
exactly.
pretty interesting. All right. I'm okay. Thank you so much. It was so interesting. Thank you, Nikhil.
Yeah, the very good chat. Thank you so much for having me, Emmanuel. This
Thank you.
was really informative for me as well. So yeah, big thank you to you.
Thank you to you. And I see you guys on the next podcast. So
Yeah,
bye bye, and see you to the next RevOps Pooper.
definitely. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.